Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.
This is a Hardcore Grind interview with the fabulous Lorna Lewis. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are so very welcome. Now, I always start off with this one question because I love to understand a person's why. And it's called my goal moment. So a goal moment is when thought and execution come together. A lot of times we think about doing something, but we don't necessarily do it. But we are very mindful about how other people pour into their lives and how they pursue their dreams and their passions. But when we deal with ourselves, a lot of times we deal with a little lack. And it never kind of clicks right away. So when you decided to sit down and write, and write for the masses, what was that moment like for you?
Oh, wow. My beginning was so different because I'm an educator. And I started writing because I wanted to write for children. I wanted to write a workbook for my students. I noticed a gap between second and third grade, and I taught second grade. So I wanted to create something that they could work on over the summer. And I started writing short stories to go in this workbook, and I did not want to stop. So I was like, okay, I can't keep going with these short stories. So I started writing. When I wrote my first novel, Dirty Little Secrets, I had absolutely no expectations for that novel. I just wanted to write because I loved the way it made me feel, just to immerse myself into those words and just let my imagination run wild.
Yes.
So I was sharing it with my friends. I called them my cheerleaders. I was sharing it with my cheerleaders because they're the ones who keep saying, send more, send more. So they were cheering me on. So they were cheering me on to the finish line, and by the time I finished, they were like, oh, you have to publish this. I was comfortable in my role as a second grade teacher. That's all I saw for myself. So when they encouraged me to publish it, and it amazes me how it's not until you start that the help comes. Because I didn't even know I needed help writing a book because I didn't plan to do anything with this book. But I started getting in contact with people who've written books. People started sending people my way, and it just took off from there. So the why in the beginning was so different because my why was simply to help students. And that why became to help more people, myself, any other individual who finds a message and a meaning in my books and my words. So, and I'm just a very, very, very firm believer in the power of words. So now I'm just a lover of words. That's my why. I love words and the difference that they make in the lives of people.
I love it. Now, describe your pen style in 5 words.
Oh, my. I would say dramatic, shocking, poetic. 2 more words. Inspiring, I hope, and entertaining.
I love it. And, I asked that question, and a lot of times, because when we're asked about how we feel about something we're doing, we tend to have to be like, I never thought about that. Because the other question is, what do you admire the most about your pen?
Oh, that's a hard one. I can tell you what I admire about other people. What do I admire the most? I admire the. I think I can honestly say that I am a plot master. So I admire the way a story unfolds in my head and the dramatic effect it takes not only in my head but also in my readers when they read it. I just love a good shock moment. And all of my books, even the ones that I did not set out to put one in, all of them have that, I got to close this book. I got to walk away. I need time to think moment because I love that. So I admire that about myself. I think I'm pretty good with that.
I love it. Now, so where does your creativity flow from?
Oh, goodness. You mean other than God? Because that's who I give credit for my creativity. That's who I feel like pours all these ideas into me. But it's not until I sit down and start writing, it literally feels like a movie that I can see in my head just playing out. And once I start, I have no idea where the story is going to go. Sometimes things happen in my story that shock me because I don't know where it's going. So I just let the characters do what they do. I don't try to hold back, try to stifle my writing, my creativity. I just let it unfold as it wants to unfold. So I guess the thing is I'm open to the creativity. I'm open to whatever ideas come to me, and I'm going to execute it. I'm not always great at the execution, but I'm at least try.
I love it. I love it. Now, what's been the most challenging part of this journey? Because as an educator, even though grammar is the same, writing creatively to sell your book is a different process. What challenges? What has challenged you the most throughout your journey?
I would say the most challenging part of this journey is having to be a writer and a businesswoman. As an educator, I don't necessarily have to be a business person. I don't have to market. The children are just placed in my classroom. I don't have to go out and find my audience. The audience comes to me. So that is the most challenging, having to switch on that business mind because it's not something that I grew up around and it's not something that I studied, so it was trial and error, knowing that, okay, you can't start promoting your book at the very last minute. Understanding that sometimes your readers is not your family. So that's the most challenging for me. That business side of writing is my challenge. Creative side, I can do all day, but the business side, still challenging. After 14 years, still challenging because it changes. The marketing approach changed, the marketing style changed, so it's a constant learning process.
I love it. Now, and isn't that something, how you have one direction and God just kind of shows you, I know you was doing that, and that's good, but I want to add something on to it. It's just amazing how he just comes through like, yeah, it was this other direction I wanted to add to your path. I needed you to make some moves and some decisions first, but this is what I had for you. I was just waiting for you to get ready.
But the funny thing about that too is he told me through other people all along the way. All of my English teachers were impressed by my writing. All of them said, you need journalism. You need to think about writing. And I said, no, I'm going to be a teacher. Instead of what I was going to do. And ignoring them. I'm not even thinking about writing. Writing, some people say, oh, I knew my whole life I wanted to be a writer. I did not know my whole life I wanted to be a writer. I love to read. I always loved to read, but I was a writer in my journal, and that was it. This I never saw coming. But he did send the people to warn me that writing is in your future.
I love it. Now, Double Down and Dirty. What can readers expect from picking up that book?
Like I said, all of my books have this shock factor, so do not be surprised by the information that unfolds in this story. I told y'all in the blurb that Jade left Louisiana because of a secret. And not only did she leave because of a secret, but Jade is a secret because her dad was the governor of Louisiana, and her mom is not her dad's wife. So from page 1 to the end, things are constantly. I write myself into a frenzy because there's always so much stuff to figure out in all of my books before I get to the end of the page, to the last page.
I love it.
That's what you should expect to see, a lot of drama, a lot of secrets.
Now, a Black woman that can write is powerful. What does that power mean to you?
Like I said, I believe in the power of words. So for me, it means to use them wisely, to use them to uplift, to use them to motivate, to use them in a faithful way, to speak life. That's what it means to me. Use your words to speak life, because words can literally change your whole life.
That's deep.
That's what I believe.
And then you're a teacher. You do so much. How do you avoid burning out? What do you do to kind of keep everything balanced?
Well, I honestly don't think there's a such thing as balance, because something is always going to get more attention than something else. And when I'm in my books, usually when I'm working on a manuscript like I am now, usually that gets more attention than the time I probably should be spending with my family or working on getting lessons together, because I'm so immersed in getting this book done. So I've come to accept that I'm not going to have a balanced life, and my family, thank God, accepts it as well. So honestly, for me, writing is my escape. Writing is what I do to just get away and have that woosah moment. It is writing. That's what I do.
I love it. Now, you've accomplished so much as an author, but you're also a writing coach.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. You're coaching other authors, and what inspired you to start sharing your talents and your skills and helping others to build theirs?
Okay. I always say that I help people turn their wounds into words, their scars into sentences, and their battles into books. Because most of the people that I end up helping are writing memoirs about their life. And a lot of times it's not even to sell. They just need to get the words out, and they just need help getting the words out. I believe it's just natural for me to do this because I'm an educator. I've been an educator for 21 years. That's what I know. Teaching comes natural to me. Most of the people in my family are educators, so it's in my blood to teach. So when I learn a skill, automatically I want to teach someone else this skill because that's what I do. So spending 14 years trying to learn the craft of writing, how to create a great story, and even if it's a memoir, it does not have to be boring, because there's such thing as creative nonfiction where your memoir reads like a novel. So even though it's true, your readers are still engaged, because the hurtful truth is, unless you're a celebrity, no one really wants to read your memoir other than the people who know you and want to be nosy. So you still need to write a book that sells. So, and that is just what I love doing, not only writing but teaching. So when I thought about it, I was like, okay, you love writing. You obviously love teaching. Why not combine it? Why not put it together and do both? And so that's what I do. I offer a one-on-one coaching program where I help really anyone, women, men, take their words from the beginning, from planning to publishing.
I love it. I'm glad you said that, because even when we look at the coldest winter ever, Sister Soldier started out with the memoir, but then decided that she didn't want to write her book in that manner because she wasn't going to reach who she needed to reach. So she turned it into, it was still about her life, but she turned it into fiction. Right. And I think a lot of times authors go in with the mindset of, no, I want to do it this way, but you can still get the same accomplishment writing about yourself fictionally.
Oh, definitely. Because honestly, fiction is somebody's story anyway. Nothing is made up. Somebody has lived this life that you think you made up.
Honey, authors is out here telling business. They is telling y'all business.
Let me tell you, when I wrote Dirty Little Secrets, Holly is the female character. Mark is her husband. One of my coworkers, when I was in the classroom at that time, one of my coworkers said, "Do you know my friend name is Holly and her husband name is Mark, and he cheated on her, and like this whole story that I wrote that I thought I made up, her friend and her husband were living it." And I was like, "Please tell your friend I don't know her or her husband. This was not about them. This was truly what I thought I made up." Okay. So, yeah, everyone has lived it, or someone has lived it, rather.
But now, do you get those phone calls from close friends and family like, page 85 is familiar? That sounds like a conversation we had a couple of years ago.
So I am very, very mindful because I am blessed in that most, if not all of my friends support my work. They will buy a book. They will read the book. They will discuss the book. So I'm not going to write anything that I think they will see. Now, I do have a friend, and she knows who she is, and I tell her all the time, if I have a character in there who's just out the box, say whatever she want to say, whatever, don't care. I said,
that's you.
You are inspiration behind that character. Okay? So we don't have any problems going forward. You already know it's you, okay?
And she okay with that because she giving you information. She like, let me tell you my business of the week.
She loves it. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Now, you're part of the Cavalcade's free book event. Tell us a little bit about that event.
Oh, it is so amazing that so many authors have come together to give away their craft for free. And these are some good books. If you know Nalena Kai, you already know she don't stand behind anything that's not great because she has a reputation to uphold. So all 200 of the free books in this tour are top-notch books. So we have been sharing, hoping that everyone would participate. We'll download, share the information with other readers to support these authors it takes a lot to write a book. Let me tell you, it is a lot of hard work. So to put your work that you have invested thousands of dollars into and put it out for free, that's a huge thing to do. But we love sharing our words, so we do it. So I really hope that a lot of people will participate and share and just enjoy the gift because it truly is a gift that we are giving.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Now, if you could change anything about the literary industry, what would it be and why?
If I could change anything about the literary industry, I think what I would change, to be honest with you, I think I would make it like it used to be, where it wasn't quite as easy for any and everyone to publish a book. Because it gives those authors who do put in the time and the work to learn the craft, it's hard to separate the two. So it would be easier, I think, for readers to know that, okay, if this author is on Amazon, this is a good author because that's all Amazon accepts. So that's what I would change. I would, because it's just like with teaching. If you invest all your time and all your energy and all your money into going to school, it's kind of hurtful to know someone could just come off the street and get in the classroom after you have, you invested in this. This is what you do. So I think that's one. I mean, it's good for the people who actually take it serious. It's not so good for the people who just don't invest in it and just put out books. So I guess I would make it a little more selective.
Okay. I can. Yes, I'm here with you. I'm here for it. Because I feel that I'm very book bougie. And at first I never would admit it. You know, I would just be like, well, but I am. I'm very book bougie. And so it's just certain things that, listen, your book, that is eye candy. You know, everybody like a little eye candy. But for a reader, everything has to come together, right down to the way your name falls on the front of that book. Your title, the cover, what you got on at the book event. I mean, listen, everything fall together because everybody like eye candy. So if you're not, if I look at the cover and I'm like, ooh, and then I read the synopsis, I'm like, huh? I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. Or if I read the synopsis and I'm like, ooh, but I look at the cover and I'm like, I'm not reading it. I'm just not. You know, so I'm book bougie. You know, it's some things that I'm just not going to do.
Thank you. With good reason.
Now, what's next? What's next on your agenda for your literary career?
Oh, well, I am proud to say that I just signed with an agent.
Oh.
So that has been a goal of mine, of course. So I'm working on my next novel. This novel is really, really challenging me because I can give you a little tidbit. This novel is about a woman who was kidnapped in 2003 and was finally released in 2018. She had been from the world. She has never seen an iPhone. She has no idea what Netflix is. If you can imagine the world of 2003 to 2018, it is a huge difference. So she's trying to navigate her way through a world that she no longer recognizes and a family that she no longer fits into after 15 years. They've all grown and experienced things that she's never heard of. So that's my next book.
I love it. Well, I'm excited for everything that you have going on. I'm excited to be able to experience you as an author and as an educator. For those that want to be able to connect with you and get coaching services, I want you to shout out your social media and how everybody can connect with you.
Sure, thank you. I am on social media, author L.A. Lewis, on all social media platforms except Instagram, which is Lorna _love_writing. My website is also authorlalewis.com. So if you look up Arthur L.A. Lewis, then you can definitely reach me. My email, arthurlalewis@gmail. So that will be your best bet. Just look up Arthur L.A. Lewis, and I should pop up.
Okay. All right. Well, we so appreciate you sharing your time, your space, and your energy with us. You are welcome back anytime.
I would love to come back. Please have me back.
Absolutely. You are welcome back anytime. And if you would like, you can Lissha on social media. Everybody knows I believe in that consistent branding. You can't be Sugar Mama 55 over here and then the sweet, sweet, sweet special love over here because nobody's going to be able to know who you are. So to always get in contact with me, I'm Lissha Sadler on every platform.
You're right. I will. Definitely.
Well, we appreciate you, and we want you to have a good rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
You are so very welcome.
Bye-bye.